Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Senang sekali ketemu di momen spesial ini. Beberapa hari lagi kita akan meninggalkan tahun 2024 dan masuk ke tahun 2025. A lot of people say new year, new me. How about you? Ya, tapi one thing for sure, 2025 is going to be a year of transformation. Gak cuma on a personal level, tapi juga on a collective level. Nah, how about you? Are you excited for 2025? Ada kebiasaan apa yang you usually do at the beginning of the year? Apakah biasanya membuat resolusi tahun baru? Do you have word of the year atau tema yang kamu akan fokus lakukan selama tahun 2025? Kalau mau boleh di-share ya di comment section. I'll be happy to read your comment. Oke. Nah, biasanya juga yang kita lakukan adalah 2024 reflection. Ya, jadi melihat bagaimana tahun 2024 selama 12 bulan, did we achieve what we set to achieve at the beginning? Ya, biasanya kalau di awal tahun sudah bikin resolusi, biasanya di akhir tahun itu dievaluasi kan resolusinya. How do you feel about your 2024? Ya, do you feel grateful or do you feel unsatisfied ya, atau maybe stressful karena ada beberapa hal yang belum tercapai or you think that you can achieve atau deadline mungkin yang belum selesai di akhir tahun, so you need to hurry up and finish it ya. So whatever your experience is, whether positive or negative, ya, understand that this is a moment for self-reflection, and it is a moment where we embrace, yeah, whatever has been and how we are going to move forward. Oke? Nah, sebelumnya saya mau share juga transit saat ini ada di gate 58 mataharinya dan Earth-nya ada di gate 52. Why is this important? Just for us to be aware bahwa shadow saat ini memang stress and dissatisfaction. Ya, dissatisfaction itu artinya tidak puas, merasa bahwa oke, selama 12 bulan ini, I don't feel like I did something significant misalnya, atau, oh ternyata target yang saya set di awal tahun itu tidak tercapai di akhir tahun. So you feel this dissatisfaction, atau justru you go into stress, ya, you feel that, "Oh, I should have been able to do this, kalau karena aku nggak berhasil melakukannya di 2024, I need to, move the target to 2025," and you feel that pressure, ya, dan karena sekarang aktivasinya di root center, and it is a center for pressure to act, to take action. Dan kalau kita lihat di sini, the high expression is bliss and stillness. Kenapa? Karena gate 58 is basically about the joy of life. It is vitality, ya. Dan vitality di sini artinya you have an um, internal apa ya, energy ya, force that is telling you, oh, I want to create something beautiful, I want to make something memorable, ya. And this is the energy that we have right now, ya nggak sih, kayak oke, tahun 2025 I want to make it better than the years before, atau 2025 is going to be my year gitu ya, misalnya. Now, this is a very beautiful energy karena datangnya from this love of life, the joy, yeah, and the desire to create a higher level of well-being. Okay, tapi lagi-lagi be careful, do not fall into this dissatisfaction, tapi step into the joy and the bliss, ya. Dan grounding gate dari 58 is stillness atau gate 52. Gate 52 itu dikenal dengan the gate of the Buddha. Kenapa? Because it is basically sitting with yourself and being still, ya, kayak dalam kondisi meditasi, which is connecting to the deepest part of you. So, gate 58 tadi, that is very expressive, very joyful, wanting to improve life, ya. Pada saat dibungkan dengan gate 52, it's basically telling you that your joy is going to come from a very deep part of you. And the deep part is inside of you if you want to connect to it. It's not coming from societal norms, yeah, atau expectations from your environment. It is coming from you. That kind of stillness, that kind of inner depth. Okay. Nah, it is also telling you that if you want to achieve bliss, if you want to achieve vitality, if you want to achieve this joy, you need to be present. Stillness is being present, ya, present in the moment. Jadi di momen akhir tahun ini, do not dwell on the past, ya. Kayak tahun 2024, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. Don't dwell on the stress of the past, ya. But do not also dwell on the dissatisfaction atau the stress of the future, ya. Jadi 2025 I will do A, B, C, and D gitu ya. And then you feel the pressure. Oh ya, aku harus ke gym. Oke, berarti aku harus mengatur jadwal, aku harus bikin membership, or I'm going to start a new project, ya. And you sit and plan and imagine scenarios where worst case scenario might happen, and you fall into a level of stress, or you're thinking of the past and you fall into dissatisfaction. Yeah, bliss and joy is basically in being present, in being still, in appreciating the current moment. Now, I know it's easy to say all this, but it is a life lesson for me. Okay, especially as a line 3, double 3, karena aku 6-3, ya, 6 garis miring 3, and the 6th line is about trial and error. So my life has never been about setting a goal and achieving that goal in a straight line. It's never been like that. It is, yeah, for a lot of examples, I have a target and then I achieve it, but it's always up and down, up and down. And ya begitulah ya, nggak pernah in a direct line dan nggak pernah exactly the moment atau the time that I set for it gitu, nggak pernah within the target ya. And as a double third line, I learned that life is just about wins. Because if it's not about wins, it's not about failure atau it's about mistakes. It's about lessons atau divine redirection. Okay? And I'll talk about divine redirection. Tapi basically, if you feel that di tahun 2024, apapun yang harapan atau pencapaian yang kamu set your mind to achieve and you didn't achieve it, atau maybe you achieved it, tapi ternyata it didn't bring you the satisfaction that you wanted, ya, it didn't bring you the peace of mind that you wanted, ternyata it brought more overwhelm atau it brought other issues that you weren't aware of, just understand that life is about tadi wins and lessons. It's about tadi vitality and stillness, vitality and stillness, ups and downs, yeah. Okay, and weaving both the wins and the lessons. Understanding that failure is just a necessary step for success. Failure is the teacher, the precursor before you reach your goal atau you reach your win, ya. And if by any chance target yang kamu set ternyata tidak tercapai atau tahun ini atau even the next year, understand that probably the universe is preparing something better for you. Atau what you need is to redirect your attention to whatever the universe is bringing to you. Whatever comes with ease and with joy, yeah? And that is the secret of life, is to celebrate small wins. Celebrate those moments, ya, of internal joy and bliss. Okay, nggak harus di momen akhir tahun ini, tapi anytime you feel joyful, you feel fulfilled, successful, atau you feel that you used your life energy well, ya, celebrate that. Nggak harus celebration yang mewah, ya, but celebrate that. Have a ritual of celebration, ya, instead of a ritual of self-blame mungkin, ya. And I say that because it's coming from an experience. Okay, kalau di human design kan kita memang ada tema-tema, ya, how you feel when you have used your life force according to your design. Untuk generator dan manifesting generator, it's about fulfillment. I am a manifesting generator. Then I'm going to tell you atau a story, sharing a vulnerable moment, ya. Jadi tahun 2023, ya, bukan tahun ini, tahun lalu, tanggal 27 Desember tepatnya, ya. That's when I sat down with my journal and then I wrote refleksi tahun 2023. Apa yang saya tulis di situ adalah 2023 adalah tahun yang mengecewakan. Uh, Nothing big happened. If I had known, ya kalau saya tahu sebelumnya bahwa hasilnya akan seperti ini, I wouldn't have tried that hard. Now, why did I write that? Karena di awal tahun 2023, target saya adalah I wanted to revive my business. Buat kalian yang mungkin belum tahu, saya sebelum pandemi, I was running a fashion business, ya. I've run it for quite a long time. And for me, it was quite successful. Karena aku juga selain running business, aku juga punya pekerjaan tetap dan juga freelancing. A lot of things ya. Tapi pada saat pandemi, dan itu it happened at the same time that I had my daughter, ya. I couldn't take care of the business. Dan tahun 2023 karena pandeminya sudah lumayan ini ya, lewat ya, dan anakku juga umurnya udah 3 tahun, I thought, okay, this is the moment where I revive my business. I'm going to focus on my business, dan itu jadi target tahun 2023. I did everything I could. I poured a lot of investment and I poured a lot of effort, and I did what I thought, yeah, mentally, I thought I needed to do. But the business didn't revive. Yes, it was still going and moving, ya. Tapi kalau dilihat dari indikator-indikatornya ya, it is not inilah ya, tidak seperti sebelumnya, and I just felt disappointed at that time. Nah, itu tanggal 27 Desember, oke. Tanggal 28 Desember 2023, I gave the first intuitive reading to someone yang pada saat itu mungkin iseng-iseng kali ya, but I really appreciate how she trusted in my ability, trusted me with her chart, yeah, and gave me a very constructive feedback, and that made me so surprised and also fulfilled, ya, because nggak pernah seumur hidupku, ya, aku membayangkan bahwa I will have the ability to read other people's charts. Never. So understanding that, oh okay, I had that ability, dan dari tanggal 28 sampai awal tahun itu ada mungkin 5 sampai 10 chart. Jauh juga ya, tapi like almost every day I was reading 2 charts per day, yeah. And a lot of them resonated with what I was reading. Dan tanggal 29, that's when atau sebelum akhir tahun, lupa, I wrote another resolution, atau mungkin bukan resolusi, tapi aku corrected what I wrote before, ya, di jurnal sebelumnya tentang kontemplasi 2023. I wrote 2023 is the year of the unexpected. 2023 was a year where I did not know what was coming, but it was better than I ever thought. And it was a cosmic awakening buat aku, bahwa actually the most important thing in life are not always the things that we think we need to achieve, ya, kayak tadi jabatan atau mungkin status atau ya certain income atau certain project or anything that you feel is in the external, yeah. It is actually what happens inside of you, those transformations that happen inside of you. Being able to trust your intuition, being able to trust yourself with a new experience, yeah, opening up. Those are the things that are really, really valuable and priceless. And kenapa saya sharing cerita ini? Because I want you to look at your life, nggak cuma tahun ini atau tahun kemarin dan ke depannya. I want you to look at your life from this lens. Ya, are you fulfilled or not? Ini kalau untuk generator dan manifesting generator. Untuk tahun ini, what made you feel fulfilled this year? Nggak harus pakai matrix yang apa sih, produktivitas, pendapatan, dan lain-lain. But what made you feel fulfilled? What made you feel that your energy was used as it is supposed to be? What made you feel pada saat mau tidur di malam hari, I feel good. Yeah, that's for generator and manifesting generator. For projectors, what made you feel successful? Dan jangan mendefinisikan sukses ini dengan definisi mainstream. Yeah, you need to have your own metrics of success, and that needs to come from within, from your internal compass. Yeah. For projectors, you need to have connections. You need to have a circle of people that make you feel heard, seen, and invited. Yeah, that will make you feel successful. So, how is your connection? How is your environment? Apakah lingkunganmu mendukung ya dirimu yang sesungguhnya, or are you trying to fit in? Okay. Now, manifestors are usually they have a lot of energy. Yeah. So do you feel that you're at peace with yourself on how you've used that energy? Because most of the time you would struggle with making people understand you the way you want to be understood. Ya, bukannya kamu nggak dilihat, nggak didengar. No, but it is how you want the other people to perceive you. And now my invitation is to let go of that. Focus instead on that inner peace. Are you peaceful with your words, your action, and the things that you do? Do they light you up? Do they make you look at things and feel at harmony, at peace, or not? Yeah, because if you're angry, that means there is something that is not in alignment. Yeah, bisa jadi di lingkunganmu atau something internal. Now for reflectors, I don't know if there are any reflectors. Kalau ada, boleh di share ya di comment section, because somehow I'm very lucky to know more reflectors than manifestors in my life. Padahal reflector itu kan hanya 1-2%, sedangkan manifestors are around 10% ya. But I know more reflectors than manifestors, so maybe I'm lucky for that. Okay, and if you're a reflector atau manifestor, please share di comment. Now, reflectors, what made you feel surprised? What made you feel at awe? Artinya, oh wow, this is good. Atau, oh wow, I can actually do that. Wow, ternyata this turned out better than I thought. Yeah. And what made you feel alive? What made you feel excited? That's your signature. Okay. And whatever signature you have, yeah, it is a celebration of life. Life is a privilege, and it is the joy of life that makes it worth living, not just having a monotonous schedule, yeah, but looking at the moments where you can feel present and feel that you are at one with what you're doing, in flow, okay? Nah, akhirnya di tahun 2023 kemarin, ya, instead of writing an evaluation report kayak tadi tentang tahun 2023-nya, I instead did this. Love letter to yourselves. Okay? Aku menjelaskan ini lebih dalam ke di Embodied Consciousness sesi 1. Videonya public, jadi bisa dilihat, itu ada di bagian terakhir. The things that I usually write for my past self and my future self. Nah, ini kenapa saya pakai selves ya, artinya there are different letters, ada 3 letters, okay? Buat saya saat ini 2024, I'm writing 3 letters, karena surat pertama itu membalas surat yang saya tulis di tahun 2023 kemarin. So 2023, instead of tadi writing an evaluation, I wrote a letter, a love letter to myself tahun 2024. Di surat itu, I hyped myself. I sent all the love, support, compassion, yeah, everything that I wished someone would tell me. Okay, someone would hype me, someone would support me, yeah, or cheer on me. I wrote all that di surat itu, and I said, I believe in you. I believe that whatever you do, you're going to feel fulfilled and happy doing it. Okay, dan beberapa minggu yang lalu, when I read that letter, aku kayak ini sekali terharu banget that oh my God, I actually did believe in that, and believed in myself, ya. And ini juga mungkin yang jadi inspirasi untuk doing this video, and also program lain yang nanti saya akan share di akhir video if you're interested to know about them, ya. But basically, what you're going to do is write 3 letters or 2 letters, terserah. Kalau misalnya tahun lalu nggak nulis surat and you don't want to write a letter to your past self, it's fine, ya. Tapi for me, kalau misalnya you still have resentment atau you still have kenangan yang masih susah dilupakan, ya. I think it is okay for you to write a letter to your past self to let go and forgive, yeah, that part of you. Okay, and then write a letter for yourself at this moment, ya, di diri kamu di Desember 2024 sekarang gitu. What would you like to tell yourself? Okay, and then write another letter untuk diri kamu di tahun 2025, and write everything that you would love someone else to tell you. Yeah, and I know we're all different. Different things make us happy, different things make us tick, different things motivate us, yeah. But in here, I would like to write a love letter to you. I'm calling it the cosmic love letter karena this is inspired by your blueprint and your chart, ya. Anggap aja this is a cosmic love letter dan aku adalah pengantar pesan itu, ya. Or I'm channeling this love letter from your blueprint karena it is based on Jupiter in your chart. Nah, Jupiter ini apa? Jupiter is the planet of bounty, dan biasanya kalau kita mau lihat area di mana kita akan mendapatkan blessings, keberkahan gitu ya, this is where Jupiter is. Tapi bukan berarti bahwa Jupiter is the one that brings it to us. No, we do that, like the universe and God supports us to do that, but this is the archetype where in our chart, kita bisa melihat how bountiful we can be, the blessings that we can achieve, and the expansive experiences that we can have. And our soul yearns for those expansion and experiences. Okay? Nah, kalau bingung mencari Jupiternya ada di mana, lihat aja Jupiter ada di rumah yang dengan tanda yang mana ya. Biasanya nanti ada di aplikasi yang kalian pakai. Aku biasanya pakai Astro Charts, dan buat pemula I recommend Astro Charts karena lebih jelas. Ya, masuk aja di sini birth chart dan masukin data-datanya, and then nanti pilih whole sign untuk memudahkan, ya, whole sign aja. Yang ini apply, nanti keluar chartnya, nanti dilihat yang ada tanda seperti ini itu adanya di mana. Kalau ini misalnya Sagittarius, kalau bingung nanti cari aja di sini, ya. Jadi kayak misalnya di sini Jupiter itu adanya di Sagittarius. Nggak harus melihat rumah, ya. Jadi nggak harus rumah mana di sini, cuman zodiaknya aja. Oke. Dan untuk reading kali ini mungkin bukan reading ya, but this is my letter for you, my hype letter for you di tahun 2025. Kalau misalnya kamu punya stellium selain zodiak yang ada Jupiter, stellium itu artinya 3 planet atau lebih di ini lain, ya, di zodiak lain, kayak di sini ada Venus, Saturn, Pluto itu Scorpio, bisa juga dibaca untuk Scorpio-nya. Oke. Atau misalnya moon-nya itu ada di ini yang lain, ya, itu bisa juga. You can read the love letter for Aries. Kenapa? Because we usually connected to our emotions, and the moon is our emotions, ya. Nah, sekarang aku akan baca untuk mereka yang punya Jupiter in Aries, baca suratnya. Ini mungkin agak panjang, jadi kalau misalnya mau skip ke Jupiter kamu atau zodiak yang ada stellium atau moon atau sun, bisa jadi, ya, silakan di skip. Oke, I'm going to read all 12 zodiak dari Aries sampai Pisces. Oke, nah, pertama Jupiter in Aries. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu berhenti mendengarkan apa kata orang dan mulai mendengarkan dirimu. You said yes to life, took bold risks, trusted your intuition, embraced the calling that comes from your soul. You embraced your inner flame and became your own leader. Others were inspired to follow. 2025 is your year of fearless moves and big wins. I'm hyping you for your courage. Jupiter in Taurus. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu mengizinkan dirimu berhenti sejenak dan mulai menjalankan hidup sesuai dengan iramamu. Di 2025, kamu mulai fokus membangun impianmu. Kamu menekankan pentingnya keselarasan, kenyamanan, dan meninggalkan hustle culture. It's not for you. 2025 is your year of steady growth. I'm hyping you for your perseverance. Sekarang Jupiter in Gemini. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu berhasil mewujudkan ide-ide brilianmu. Jiwa eksploratif dan keinginanmu untuk mempelajari berbagai hal membuahkan hasilnya karena kamu melepaskan rasa khawatir dan ragu. Instead, you embraced your dynamism, curiosity, and transformed chaos through inspiration into concrete results. 2025 is your year of inspired action. I'm hyping you for your agility. Jupiter in Cancer. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu menemukan mereka yang selaras denganmu. Kamu membuka diri dengan tetap menjaga batasan untuk menjaga energimu. Ketulusan hatimu yang diimbangi dengan kesadaranmu akan value dirimu membuatmu mampu melihat peluang dan lingkungan baru yang lebih selaras. 2025 is your year of genuine sustainability. I'm hyping you for your sincerity. Jupiter in Leo. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu bersinar. Kamu berhenti meragukan dirimu dan mulai berbagi keberhasilanmu dan pencapaianmu kepada mereka yang menyambut energi dan semangatmu. Jangan ragu untuk mengambil posisi di mana kamu menjadi pusat perhatian. Own your light, thrive, and inspire. Itulah moto 2025 kamu. 2025 is your year of being bold, and I'm hyping you for your inspiration. Jupiter in Virgo. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu berhasil membangun sesuatu yang membuatmu bangga, meskipun tidak sempurna. Say bye to perfectionism. Kamu menyambut energi flow yang lebih feminin dalam kerja dan karyamu. Membiarkan semuanya mengalir tanpa terlalu memikirkan detailnya. Trusting the process. 2025 kamu percaya akan mimpimu dan pelan-pelan membangunnya dengan penuh percaya. 2025 is your year of faithful integrity. I'm hyping you for your dedication. Jupiter in Libra. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu menjalankan hidup secara harmonis. Tidak hanya dalam kehidupan pribadi, tapi juga dalam pekerjaan. Work-life balance. Kamu menerapkan discernment dan mempercayakan intuisimu dalam menjalin hubungan. Kamu berhasil menjalin kerjasama yang baik dengan mereka yang selaras dan dapat mengimbangimu dan memahami nilai tambah yang kamu berikan. No more overfunctioning. 2025 is your year of aligned success, and I'm hyping you for your amicability. Jupiter in Scorpio. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu menyelami diri lebih dalam. Kedalaman inilah yang membuatmu sangat transformatif dan hal ini dapat dirasakan oleh mereka yang menjadikanmu sebagai teladan. Di 2025, kamu melepaskan semua yang tidak selaras lagi dan mulai membangun sesuatu yang dapat menggambarkan kedalaman dirimu. Embracing your force of evolution. 2025 is your year of breaking cycles and I'm hyping you for your evolvement. Jupiter in Sagittarius. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu berhenti overthinking, mulai mengikuti inspirasi and your spontaneous ideas and energy burst and shared your inner spark. Kepercayaanmu pada dirimu menjadi magnetic force bagi mereka yang selaras. You anchored your vision in faith and the universe supported you by giving you inspiration to follow through. 2025 is your year of fulfilling dreams and I'm hyping you for your aspiration. Jupiter in Capricorn. 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu mengambil kendali atas hidupmu. You set ambitious goals, made plans, follow through, and receive the results with grace. Kerja kerasmu membuahkan hasil yang manis, but this is just the beginning. Semakin selaras alur kerjamu dengan energimu, semakin jelas hasil yang Anda petik di semua area kehidupanmu. 2025 is your year of graceful success, and I'm hyping you for your determination. Jupiter in Aquarius, 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu mengikuti caramu sendiri. You did it your way and it paid off. Kamu tidak lagi galau dan membandingkan dirimu dengan yang lain. You leaned into your unique skills and vast vision. You connected with people who share your dreams and build communities. Di 2025, kamu menciptakan inovasi melalui kreativitasmu yang unik dan otentik. 2025 is your year of paving your path, and I'm hyping you for your originality. Jupiter in Pisces 2025 adalah tahun di mana kamu mempercayai intuisimu dan memeluk erat semua impianmu. Now is the time to let your magic flow. Kamu melepaskan keharusan untuk fit in dan mulai membuktikan ke orang lain bahwa kreasi dapat dilakukan melalui mimpi dan imajinasi, bukan hanya ambisi. Dreams really come true. You let your inspiration guide you and everything fell into place. Surprisingly, it's more magical than you could ever expect. 2025 is your year of making magic, and I'm hyping you for your conviction. Okay, sudah selesai 12 zodiak. How do you feel? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel aligned? Do you feel more hopeful now? Ya, kalau misalnya something resonated with you, please share or tag di @blueprint@kimia or share this video to someone who you know will benefit from this boost of love to them. Nah, if you want to join me in making 2025 a year of transformation, yeah, and to go on a metamorphosis journey together, aku ada 2 program. Yang pertama adalah Divine Timing. Divine Timing ini apa? Ceritaku tadi tentang how aku mau revive my business ya, dan how I am right now, which is a totally different place ya. I actually understood that it was not the time for me di tahun 2023. Kenapa? Because the year, the ada formulanya di situ. It just wasn't for me. And even 2024, yeah, it was a time where a lot of my inner struggle atau a lot of my inner work will come into the surface, and then di situ ujiannya. Then for me, understanding that about my life, gak cuma buat aku tapi juga pasanganku dan mungkin orang-orang yang dekat denganku, that created this peace of mind that everything comes at its divine timing ya. Dan aku mau sharing hal tersebut di kelas Divine Timing ini, and this is going to be based on numerology, astrology, dan juga human design yang simple. You don't need to understand the details of astrology, numerology, and all of that ya. Tapi I'm going to give you the cheat code to understand how to live in alignment with cosmic forces. Yeah, what the process of co-creation, what the universe has set up for you. Yeah, what the challenges that maybe you're going to face. Yeah, and how are your dreams or ambition aligned with that? Mungkin seperti itu. Ini divine timing. Then I have another program which is embodied consciousness. Karena tadi it's about timing, now it's about calling in your higher self and embracing that new level of embodiment, the new version of you, mungkin seperti itu, tapi aligned with universal laws atau quantum laws atau whatever name that is usually being given. Yeah, so program ini, it is root and crown cauldron. Kenapa? Karena root dan crown itu banyak aktivasinya di periode Capricorn dan juga Aquarius nanti ya. So this is a moment to ground the vision, because the root center is about grounding, then the crown is about having that vision and inspiration. Then anchoring the energetics of your higher self, uncovering your self-sabotage, and integrating the universal laws of creation into your process of creation and manifestation. Mungkin seperti itu. Oke. Untuk detailnya nanti saya tulis di description box untuk form registrasinya dan juga untuk video dari sesi pertama dari Embodied Consciousness sudah saya bikin open to public, jadi bisa dilihat if you feel aligned, yeah, if you feel that you're called to do this, please, I will be happy to have you in this journey. Okay, now whatever decision you take, yeah, I hope that 2025 will be a year of embodiment and alignment for all of us. Yeah, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.